Serous cells. Serous cells are arranged in a spherical structure called an acinus. Serous cells are arranged in a spherical structure called acinus. Serous cells are pyramidal in shape with rounded nuclei. Serous acinus consists of serous cells arranged in a spherical structure called serous acinus. Serous acini empty into a short, small intercalated duct. At the tip of the pointer, we can see the intercalated duct. This duct is lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. This is intercalated duct, lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. The intercalated ducts are drained by striated ducts. This is striated duct. The lining epithelium of striated duct is simple columnar epithelium. The main characteristic feature of this duct is the presence of basal striation, extending from the basal lamina toward the level of nuclei. Basal striation includes unfoldings of membrane with abundant mitochondria. The whole structure is called striated duct, characterized by the presence of basal striation. This is intercalated duct, and this structure is striated duct. Both intercalated and striated ducts are called intralobular ducts because of their location within the lobule. Which type of duct? صوت أعلى مدى أسمع. Striated duct. What about this structure? Yes, serous acinus. Serous acinus. Serous cells are arranged in a spherical structure surrounding a very small lumen. The intralobular ducts converge and drain by interlobular ducts found between the lobules. Each interlobular duct is surrounded by connective tissue. The lining epithelium of interlobular duct is simple or stratified epithelium. It is either cuboidal or columnar. Interlobular duct found between the lobules and surrounded by connective tissue. This is connective tissue, consists of collagen fibers and fibroblasts. This connective tissue extending from the capsule. Any question about the parotid gland? Parotid gland is branched acinar gland. It consists of secretory portion and duct portion. The secretory portion called serous acini. Duct portion starts with the intercalated duct, simple cuboidal epithelium. Simple cuboidal epithelium, striated duct with basal striation, and interlobular duct surrounded by connective tissue. Second type of salivary gland called submaxillary or submandibular gland. This gland is a branched tubulo-acinar gland. Branched tubulo-acinar gland. This structure called serous acinus. It consists of secretory portion and duct portion. The secretory portion of parotid gland consists of serous cells. Serous cells. Serous cells are arranged in a spherical structure called an acinus. Serous cells are arranged in a spherical structure called acinus. Serous cells are pyramidal in shape with rounded nuclei. Serous acinus consists of serous cells arranged in a spherical structure called serous acinus. Serous acini empty into a short, small intercalated duct. At the tip of, we can see the intercalated duct. This duct is lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. This is intercalated duct, lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. The intercalated ducts are drained by striated ducts. This is striated duct. The lining epithelium of striated duct is simple columnar epithelium. The main characteristic feature of this duct is the presence of basal striation, extending from the basal laminate toward the level of nuclei. Basal striation includes unfoldings of membrane with abundant mitochondria. The whole structure is called striated duct, characterized by the presence of basal striation. This is intercalated ducts, and this structure is striated ducts. Both intercalated and striated ducts are called intralobular ducts because of their location within the lobule. Which type of duct?
interlobular.
صوت على مدى أسمع. striated duct.
How do you
لا interlobular striated والآخر intercalated. الاثنين يسموها interlobular.
يعني صح.
بس عبارتك أشمل يعني.
What about this structure?
Intercalated ducts.
Intercalated?
No. نعم. Yes, serous acinus. Serous acinus.
صح.
Serous cells
Prominent
are
granules.
arranged in a spherical structure surrounding a very small lumen.
Clouchy.
The intralobular ducts converge and drain by interlobular ducts found between the lobules. Each interlobular duct is surrounded by connective tissue. The lining epithelium of interlobular duct is simple or stratified epithelium. It is either cuboidal or columnar. Interlobular duct found between the lobules and surrounded by connective tissue. This is connective tissue consists of collagen fibers and fibroblasts. This connective tissue is extending from the capsule. Any question about the parotid gland? Parotid gland is branched acinar gland. It consists of secretory portion and duct portion. The secretory portion called serous acini. Duct portion starts with the intercalated duct, simple cuboidal epithelium. Simple cuboidal epithelium, striated ducts with basal striation, and interlobular duct surrounded by connective tissue.
High wing.
Parotid gland.
Second type of salivary gland called submaxillary or submandibular gland. This gland is a branched tubulo-acinar gland. Branched tubulo-acinar gland. This structure called serous acinus. It consists of serous cells. Serous acinus. These are serous acini. The submaxillary or submandibular gland has serous cells more than mucous cells. Serous cells arranged in groups forming a crescent-shaped structure called serous domino. Serous cells
دمايلونس.
We can see groups of
مليون.
serous cells
ويكون ميكست يعني ثلاثي.
form a crescent shape on a mucous tubule, the whole structure called serous demilon. This is serous and this is mucus. Submaxillary gland is mixed, consists of mucus cells. This is mucus cells. Mucus cells are arranged in tubules. Mucus cells are columnar in shape with basally located nuclei. This is a mucus tubule, and this is serous acinus. Serous mucus. The structure consists of serous cells and a mucus tubule called serous demilon. Which type of secretory unit is this?
شوف النيوكليوس بيس هاي
Mucus or serous?
mucus.
And this structure,
سراس.
serous.
فاتح كذا.
This structure,
هذا
serous
سيرس.
لا ازرق.
crescent shaped
شلون ده؟
serous cells.
بيها اثنين. بيها فاتح
لاحظوها؟
وضخ. نفس
Groups of crescent shaped serous
سراس
cells.
وميوكس.
هاي دمايلونس يعني هذا.
Serous demilon.
serous
This is a mucus and this is serous.
اوكي.
The duct portion is similar to the parotid gland.
ما
We have intercalated ducts. This is intercalated duct, consists of simple cuboidal epithelium with a small narrow lumen. Intercalated duct, which is the smallest duct. This is which type of duct? Striated duct. We can see the basal striation.
شوي كان ضغط
This is interlobular duct, lined with pseudostratified or stratified columnar epithelium, surrounded by connective tissue extending from the capsule. This is interlobular duct. Interlobular duct. This slide is section in the sublingual glands. We can see the mucus cells are predominant. We can see the mucus cells are arranged in tubules. Each cell has columnar shape with a flattened basally located nucleus. Mucus tubule. This gland is sublingual gland. At the tip of the pointer, we can see which type of duct.
راح ناكل هواء بالامتحان العملي.
Which type of duct? Intercalated duct, lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. This duct is striated duct. We can see the basal striation.
اليسار. شو اسمه انترا كبير كلش وين ما كان جوا اللوبيول. لازم يصير جوا اللوبيول اليمين. ما صار انترا لوبيول.
This duct is called interlobular duct. The lining epithelium is pseudostratified columnar epithelium and surrounded by connective tissue. This slide is section in the pancreas. The pancreas is mixed gland, consists of exocrine and endocrine. The pancreas is covered by connective tissue capsule. This is the capsule from which a septa or a trabecula divide the gland into lobules. The exocrine portion of the pancreas is similar to the parotid gland. So the exocrine portion of pancreas is a branched acinar gland. These cells are serous cells. We can see serous acini. At the tip of the pointer is the intercalated duct, lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. Does the pancreas has striated duct?
بنكرياس يبدو لا بدي اشوفه ماكو.
We said the pancreas is similar to the parotid gland. So the pancreas has striated duct?
يس ده هو اسمه.
No. Differ from parotid duct in the absence of striated duct. This duct is called intralobular duct. الفرق بين البنكرياس والبارotid انه البنكرياس ما تحتوي على striated duct. Absence of striated duct. This duct is called intralobular duct. تمام؟ البنكرياس يختلف عن البارotid اختلاف اخر انه يحتوي على الاندوكراين بورشن اللي هي islets of Langerhans. تمام؟ Two differences between parotid and pancreas.
Absence of striated ducts and presence of isocytoplasm.
لأنه اندوكراين
أي.
لأنه هو ميكست اندو
Within the pancreas, we can see lightly staining area. This region is called the endocrine portion of the pancreas, islet of Langerhans. تمام؟ The darkly stained portion اللي هو exocrine portion اللي هو serous acini. Lightly staining يمثل لنا endocrine portion, islet of Langerhans. This is the major pancreatic duct, lined with pseudostratified columnar epithelium and surrounded by connective tissue.
بعدين ستيروسيليا.
Major pancreatic duct.
مو ستيروسيليا؟
شو ما مبين.
This is intercalated duct and this is the larger intralobular duct.
Intercalated. Intralobular. the
slide,
main
the
ducts.
section in the large intestine, we can see the intestinal glands. The surface epithelium invaginates into the lamina propria, forming the intestinal glands. Intestinal glands are simple tubular glands. Within the intestinal glands, we can see great abundance of goblet cells.
Goblet cells.
Goblet cell is example of unicellular gland. This cell secretes hydrophilic mucin. This material dissolved or washed during preparation, so the cell appears lightly stained.
Okay.
Simple tubular glands with a great abundance of goblet cells. Any question?
No, good.
Which type of epithelium? Yes, the classified squamous keratinized, found in the epidermis of the skin. This is epidermis on the skin. Beneath we can see the dermis with sweaty glands. Within the dermis of the skin we can see simple coiled glands
Oh, coil.
called
Sweaty
the
gland.
sweaty gland.
Sweaty
It
gland.
consists of two portions, lightly staining
Darkly stained.
structure called the secretory portion, and this structure is the duct portion lined with stratified cuboidal epithelium.
Dark stained.
هذا اللي يمثل الجزء
duct
الافرازي
portion.
secretory portion,
Duct portion.
and this
Dark
is the
stained
duct
duct
portion. Duct portion lined with two layers of cuboidal cells.
Duct portion يكون dark.
ذاك يكون lined with stratified cuboidal epithelium.
This is duct portion and this is secretory portion. At the tip of the pointer we can see flattened nucleus of myoepithelial
Myoepithelial
cell.
cells contract to release the.
Nucleus,
ايش الفرق بين الدكت
flattened nucleus of myoepithelial
فرق بين الدكت
cell.
والاسنس. شوف
This cell
myoepithelial
is
cells.
contractile cell.
Contractile cell.
This is another one, myoepithelial cell, contractile cell. Secretory portion, duct portion, myoepithelial cell. We have another slide in skin, but in skull.
The skulls.
hair follicles مبينة؟
ايش تريد يعني ريفرنس حتى مستقبل؟
يعني يبين له لا؟
ما اعتقد.
Start motion
اترك
مع
فراغ.
skull? Yes.
على راسي.
This is sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland is a branched acinar gland.
هاي the hair follicles.
It consists of acini. Each acinus consists of two types of cells. The basal flattened cells and central rounded cells filled with fat droplets. Sebaceous gland, branched acinar gland. Each acinus consists of two types of cells, the basal flattened cells and central rounded cells filled with lipid droplets. The sebaceous gland has a short duct open into the proximal portion of the hair follicle.
هاي.
This structure called hair follicle,
بس بعرفه ليه
and this is the duct of sebaceous gland.
سلايد يعني.
Each rounded cell called sebocytes, the secretion called sebum.
سمبا؟
سيبهم.
Branched acinar glands. short ducts associated or open into the hair follicle. Any question about sebaceous gland?
دكتورة السيبوسايت وين؟
هذه السنترال هذه تكون large وفilled with fat droplets.
ايوه
هذه كلها.
يعني النوع الثاني السيبوم اللي هي كلها؟
secretion sebum. المادة اللي تفرزها السيباشيوس gland نطلق عليها السيبم اللي هي عبارة عن mixture of cholesterol, triglyceride, wax. هذه بعدين ناخذها إن شاء الله. تمام؟ عندكم سؤال بالنسبة للسيباشيوس gland؟ Last slide. Section in the thyroid gland. Which type of gland? Thyroid, exo or endo? Endocrine gland. We can see the gland consists of spherical structures called thyroid follicles. Each follicle is lined with simple cuboidal epithelium. These cells are called follicular cells. In the center of each follicle, we can see a pseudophilic material called thyroglobulin. At higher magnification, we can see the thyroid follicle. The lining epithelium is simple cuboidal epithelium. These cells are called follicular cells. In the center, we can see a pseudophilic colloid. Between follicles, we can see another types of cells called T cells. These cells are responsible for the secretion of calcitonin. All slides of this lab are stained by hematoxylin and eosin. Any question? أي slide مواضيع